In this video, let's talk about what RuneScape has taught me about business and in life. So as you can see here, here's the Grand Exchange. I spent majority of my time when I was a child and even in high school when I went back to old school RuneScape, just spent around merchanting in the Grand Exchange. So I started playing RuneScape about when I was 5 years old. I didn't speak any English. My first language ever was Mandarin Chinese. And I remember I used to be stuck in Tutorial Island because I couldn't figure out how to actually cast an airstrike on a chicken. And a lot of you probably are familiar with this type of screen where you essentially just need to cast a spell on the chicken, but I just couldn't figure out how to do that. And I was stuck there for 2 years. I was free to play, and the main thing I wanted in my entire life was just a rune scimitar. And I remember whenever I actually got my rune scimitar, I sold all of my other belongings. I had no armor and I just had the rune scimitar. So I was killing goblins day in and day out and collecting 5 GP every single goblin. And that's when I realized that the vehicle I was in wasn't actually aligned with my goals and won't actually get me to my goals of actually having that rune scimitar one day. So then I started switching the vehicle I was in and started killing cows for cow hides and then selling them in the general stores or selling them in the Grand Exchange as well. Then I finally got my rune scimitar and now I wanted full rune. So then I started fishing lobsters in Karamja, just chatting with other people here. And once I got my full rune, I wanted full Zamrock, right? Because I saw all the rich people had the full Zammy. And I kept fishing until I finally got my full Zamrock gear and I upgraded every single piece. And then I saw richer people have the full Saradomin armor. So then I kept fishing for hundreds of hours and finally achieved the full Saradomin. Then I upgraded to members. After hours of grinding, I finally got my first 99, which a lot of you know, the first cooking is the easiest 99 to get and it's the fastest 99 to get. What was after that? I wanted more wealth, more 99s. I started merching. I spent most of my time in the Grand Exchange, buying low, selling high. And then I started grinding on skills and had 6 other 99s. And one thing, if you played RuneScape now or you played RuneScape back in the day, that 92 to 99 was the hardest. Whenever you achieved 92 in a skill, you were only halfway there to 99. So then I got my final 99 and then shortly quit the game. So what has this taught me about life and business? I know I went on a tangent telling you about my old school RuneScape journey, but I want to showcase how this has translated into my life and also my business life as well. So here is what I learned from playing RuneScape back in the day when I was 5, 6, 7 years old, also in high school when I was going back into old school RuneScape, is that the goals in life will always shift. No matter where you are, you're probably, if you're an ambitious person, you're probably never going to be satisfied with your current place that you are in life. I remember the first thing when I first started out, I wanted to have that rune scimitar, right? You could think of it as wanting to hit 5K a month. Once you hit that 5K a month, you want more. You want 10K a month. You want 25K a month. You want 50, 100K a month. And the thing is, whenever you look back on your journey through life and through business, you've realized how far you've actually come. Whenever I finally got my full Saradomin armor, I look back at the times where I was killing goblins day in, day out, probably 10 hours a day, collecting 5 GP every single time. And the vehicle I was in was not the right vehicle that could take me to that full Saradomin armor. The nights grinding away, day in, day out, and then small progress made every single day, all added up to that 99 skill. Right now, you're probably in business or in life and you just feel really stuck. I've talked to a lot of different agency owners and online business owners, and in the beginning, it's always going to be the hardest. You don't have the skill set, you don't have the knowledge, you don't have the vehicle that you need to be in order to actually hit your goals. And once you actually hit your goals, you're going to want further than that. So imagine if I had to keep killing goblins for 5 GP. Imagine how long that was going to take to finally get that Saradomin armor or to get that 99 or to have funding for that 99s. The main thing here when I first began was there was a knowledge gap, right? Because I didn't know where I could actually make money. I saw online guides, I was watching YouTube channels, kind of like how you are with business as well. There's a lot of knowledge gap in the beginning and you don't know the path to actually hit that Saradomin armor to get that 99. So as you go through the process more, as you keep making progress every single day, you're going to realize that the vehicle you're in or the current things that you're doing is not going to get you to your goals. So then you pivot. So then you start killing cow hides. And then you start doing lobsters, and then you start doing Zora and stuff like that. But the main goal here is to make progress every single day to finally get you to that goal, even if it's not the right vehicle to begin with. Next thing, I realized that the vehicle you're in is much more important than your skills. At the end of the day, playing MMORPG is just about clicking stuff on the screen. But the vehicle I was in, I just didn't have the knowledge that I needed to make enough money so I could get that gear. So the vehicle that you're in is way more important than your skill set. And imagine I was killing goblins to get that full Ceradomin armor. It's going to take me years until I found a better way with lobsters. A lot of you are in the same situation where, let's say you're doing cold calls or you're doing cold emails, but in reality, all the big agencies, everybody with that Ceradomin armor has paid ads running, or they have a referral base going, or they have a cold email infrastructure going. So all of this will lead to them getting to that Ceradomin armor faster than you are to get to that rune scimitar. Next thing is when you're at the top, it's going to get a lot harder and you'll make progress slower. So imagine going from 1 to 25 attack. It's going to take, maybe 1 hour, maybe 2 hours to get that. But then from 25 to 92, it's going to take days. And then from 92 to 99, it's going to take weeks. So with all of this, you'll make progress slow, but as long as you make progress every single day, you're going to learn new things in terms of how to train the skill, or in terms of like how to run your business, or in terms of how to do client acquisition that'll get you closer to your goals. It's just a matter of actually sitting down at your computer, even if it's not the right vehicle, even if it's not the right thing you should be doing, you'll slowly progress towards that 99 or slowly progress towards that 100K per month mark just because you showed up every single day and you made progress every single day. So that was the main thing. You're currently making progress every single day. You're going to make it one day. Even if I were to kill goblins for 5 GP each, one day I was going to get that Ceradomin armor. You just have to have the end results in mind, but then make sure you do enough inputs to actually achieve that end goal. And now when I look back at Runescape, it wasn't about the 99. And I think a lot of the time I spent on Runescape actually taught me a lot about life. And it's more so about the process of getting there. I remember when I first hopped on a sales call ever, for 2 to 3 months straight, I couldn't close a single deal. I probably went on 50 to 100 sales calls. Every single one, I just kept getting rejected day in, day out until finally I actually collected a 5K PIF up front. So when I think about that versus hitting that 10K a month versus 50K a month, that first surge of dopamine has been better than hitting any revenue marks that I have in my business. So I faced setbacks in the beginning, but I kept grinding little by little every single day. And when I was playing RuneScape, I remember the first 2 weeks, I actually got lured into the wilderness because, I was 6-7 years old. And then I had everything rinsed from me. I had 0 weapons. I had all my runes, all my gear just completely taken from me. And at the end of the day, it's all about the journey. So I could look back once I had my full Ceradomin and then once I had my rune scimitar of how I got scammed in the beginning and how I got lured into the wilderness. But then it was more so about exploring the world of RuneScape and then not having a care in the world aside from that. For you, the main commodity that we have in life is time. And with anything, no matter if you're a millionaire, no matter if you're broke, no matter if you're a billionaire, we all have a certain amount of hours per day until our final day on Earth. And time and being able to be free from your time to make income is one of the most important things in the world. You can't buy back time, but you can always buy back anything you want, right? As long as you're alive, you always have a chance. With that being said, the vehicle you're in right now might not actually be the most effective way to actually hit whatever marks you want to hit. I remember when I first started my SMMA journey, and a lot of things where if I wanted to hit 10K a month, to be honest, it was a struggle to hit 10K a month. Maybe that vehicle wasn't the right vehicle to hit. But at the end of the day, you just really need a roadmap. You need to show up every single day, day in, day out, no matter if you're tired, no matter if you're sick. You need to be showing up every single day, making progress every single day, and you're going to get the skill sets and you're going to get the knowledge to actually get to your goals in life. So that way, once you're finally at a point, you can always look back upon your life and seeing all the different setbacks you overcame, all the different obstacles, and you'll have stories to tell, and it makes you a stronger person because you didn't quit when things got hard. You kept going, and that's the most important thing about your life. So nowadays, basically business and life has almost became a video game just because of my past with playing RuneScape for probably 10, 15 years in my past. And one thing that we do now is basically we have a software company, which is an AI SEO company, but essentially we want to eventually make an AI marketing company for agencies to come on and white label. But in the school community, we basically teach you our end-to-end roadmap of how we're able to generate clients on autopilot, 2 to 3 clients per week for all of our current members. And we give you the full system, the full roadmap. So let's say you're currently killing goblins for GP. We want you to get to that Cerudomin armor, right? And we want you to get to that first 99. We want you to experience the same things I experienced when actually playing RuneScape, also playing the game of business and in life. So if you're interested, I'll attach a link down in the description to join the school community. In here, we have weekly coaching calls. We have a full roadmap of our systems. So you could just integrate our systems directly. And also on top of that, we have our ad scripts, our sales funnels. We have our sales training and everything that you need to actually hit that Cerudomin armor. So if you like this video, go ahead and like it and subscribe for future content. And I'll see you in the next one. Catch you later.